That's okay. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, we're live.
Cool.
Oh my God. And I don't know. Let's see. Comments. Comments are up.
There we are.
There we are. Okay.
Cool.
All
Hi,
right.
Julie. Welcome back.
Seriously. Hi, Julie. And everybody's there. Okay. Everybody come back to class.
Cool.
It's like the PE bell. The PE bell has rung. So come on back. Anyway, yeah, so everybody's pictures were just like phenomenal. All the work that's being done, it is so incredibly gorgeous. And I noticed, Anita, I think it was you that just posted that you made a matching necklace. I think it's right below here. Who did that? Oh gosh, Patricia painted her goddess and it's beautiful. Yeah, Anita. I made a necklace to go along. Your work is phenomenal. It's so beautiful. Look at that. You could tell the detail. Great job. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So what's going on, Sarah? Other than snacky packy?
I've been being careful. Okay, I'm watching it with the snacks. I'm watching it. I've been good this week because I know I'm going to be back this weekend. So, because it's Halloween and we have Halloween candy in the house, and I can't resist a Reese cup. So,
yeah. That would be that I actually walked by those Reese peanut butter cups at Whole Foods yesterday and took a double glance. And I was like, keep walking, sister, keep walking. Keep walking.
Yeah.
Jan's still working on her ring. Yeah, that is so everybody's work is just off the charts. It's just off the charts, amazing and beautiful, and I love it. I love that you take the product and just make something so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Candy is
so inspiring.
Yeah.
Everybody's work is so inspiring.
Yeah, it really is. We're real lucky. It's just such a beautiful group of amazing women, and I think there are some male lurkers. That's a hard word to say. Lurkers. There are men lurking. They're good guys, though. They're good guys. So, yeah. So I was a little naughty this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know my naughty's not as naughty as yours, but I was going a little crazy for some chicken tenders.
Oh my.
Yeah. I know. Cause that's got breading on it and I don't do that. And the gluten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but dipped in some barbecue sauce.
Yum. Yeah.
So that was super good. Super, super, super yummy. Okay. So a couple of things. If you ordered the Silkies kits, they're all shipped. Everything is shipped. If you ordered anything, there were a bazillion orders, but we had to get all the Silky kits made. And so those first set of kits have been shipped. And if you did order one, and I'm going to go into the Silky group and make note of this as well. Find your words, Jules. The kit that has the yarn in it has loose beads and a piece of wire. So just, don't rip everything out. You need to be a little careful of, how you bring everything out. So I don't want the wire I tried to be really careful and tuck it in there so that it wouldn't pull the yarn, but just be cautious of that. And then all the components for the little baby loom for the Silkies loom, they're in a separate bag. And, but yeah, everything left, yesterday or today. So you should be getting your orders quite soon. So I'm super excited. And that kit is still available. So, I'm ridiculously excited for the Loom project in DNP.
Destination North Pole.
And that's Jesse James.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
It's
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Robin.
her first Loom ever. That's exciting.
Right, right. And is that the one where am I peeking in on that one?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. It's just my Loom. I don't know. Who am I? Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, so I'm going to peek in and do some, like, preliminary, how to set it up and stuff like that. The things that I know as its mother, right? So
Yep.
I'll be doing that. And then you're designing the project.
Right.
And teaching the project. So it's going to obviously be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Right. We're going to have to stay on track because we're not good at that. Jan, which mini loom are you talking about? Your goddess? She's saying she had a hard time warping my mini loom. So there's so many, we need to differentiate. So baby jewel loom is the baby blue original, half the size of that one, right? So when you say baby, I'll know what you're talking about. And we've only got one mini loom, so I'm assuming you're talking about the moon. And I haven't seen her say anything yet. Oh God, the dog is behind me again. Why? Where? He's killing me. I'm gonna have to go get a baby enema because it's not gone to the potty now. Like, seriously, dude. This damn Frenchie. I'm gonna send you to the south.
So funny.
Gonna get in the car and take him. Yes, the moon goddess. Okay, all right. So what do you think was happening that you couldn't keep it taut? So I have mine warped. And I mean my first warp has a little give, but it's not a deal breaker. What do you think was happening, Jam? Don't blame the dog. Oh, it's gonna be a party. Yeah. So I don't know. Just let me know what you think was happening. Because again, my first warp right there is just a little less taut than the rest of them. But did yours not look like this at all? No surprise, I was having problems this morning. Facebook kept freezing. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think until, I don't know what I think, but there's just so much crap going on. Until the crap leaves the world, we are going to be in a status of crap.
Oh gosh.
Oh, now they're blaming the chicken nuggets. You're probably right. It's loose. I couldn't keep the tension tight and tie it off. Okay, so what I would suggest you do then is when you do get to this last warp right here. Okay, whoops, let me get in the camera. Whoops, wrong direction. When you get into the last warp right here, wrap it around that tooth a couple of times to keep it from slipping. And
that's what I do.
Okay, then tie your knot. Try that, Jen.
Yeah, see where I see this one where I've wrapped around a couple times? It definitely helps. Before you tie that knot, it makes a big difference for sure.
Yeah, and this is always where I have like my chain nose or my flats. I always have something like this to act as my third hand so that when I'm trying to get the loop underneath the warp, I'll go in there and kind of grab it. It just helps a little bit because it is a tight area. Yeah, so try that and let us know what happens. And maybe you could do that on follow-up Friday. You could do that process. Yeah. That would be a good follow-up Friday thing. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So all of my rings are in photography. I met Marina, our graphic designer, and somebody asked me a question about the small goddess, and I was like, yeah, can't answer that because guess what? She's up in Buellton, California right now. I like gave Marina all my stuff because it's like, you know, I need stuff photographed, and she does that. And so the question about that was trying to use the small goddess instead of the fiber loom with the silver silk project I did, where we took, you know how the silver silk fit right into the fiber loom grooves? I don't, I thought if you turn the small goddess over, that it might work in the grooves that are on the back. But I
Right.
don't have a small goddess here to try it. You do, don't you?
I do. As a matter of fact, I do. Let's see.
And Carolyn, I think it was Carolyn just bought, I think she might have gotten the last two, or there might be one left of this strand of beads.
It doesn't fit.
Oh, it doesn't fit in there?
Nope.
Is it too big?
Yeah, it will sit just right at the edge, but it's not necessarily what I would consider
Ah.
sturdy. So if you were very, very careful, I think it would be okay, but it might wiggle on you because
Well,
it's just sitting right there.
yeah, and the other thing about it fitting into the fiber loom is that it fit on the top and it fit on the bottom, so you didn't have to worry about how am I going to tie this product, because that's not going to happen.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that you couldn't do it, but I'm
Doesn't
afraid
isn't there a thinner silky silver silk material? No.
not
Okay.
not not that you not like what you used. I don't believe so. I think the capture chain is the smallest one.
Okay. So it'll go around the top teeth.
Right.
It'll lay on the back
Yeah,
forward
it'll
facing.
lay there. It's just if you are really struggling to get stuff back and forth, it might wiggle on you. But I think you could do it. I think you could
I
do it. You
think,
just need to be patient.
well, how are you going to secure it at the end?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's that part I'm not real sure about.
Yeah. I guess you could take clothes hangers.
Yeah.
You might be able to take a clothes hanger or a potato chip closure, because I know you got one, for all your snacks. And then you could squeeze them to the bottom, I think.
Yeah, I think you could.
I think
I think
it's
it's I think it's
I think it's
doable.
doable. I think it's doable.
Yeah.
We could play around with it. Instead of tying a knot, I wrap around the peg 4 or 5 times, weave some cord through the pegs, and tape on the back. All right. Jan, did you see what Nancy does? So it sounds like there's some creative ideas on, keeping that knot. Neely said his silver silk capture chain is a little thicker than it used to be. Okay. And see, with the fiber loom, we, literally created it to accommodate fibers and thicker materials, whereas the goddess loom, in many ways, was to mimic the jewel loom, but a bigger base to work on, with the idea on the back of the goddess that those teeth were a little bit bigger, so that if you wanted to do some macrame cord or yarns or what have you, you could. But if the silver silk, yeah, because the fiber loom teeth are just perfect for that. It's like they were
Yeah.
made for each other.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is Nile here? Somebody just said hi, Nile. Is he in the room? Is he in the house? Is my baby daddy here? I know. He just thinks I'm crazy. But that's all right. Tying off is tough. Yeah. Yeah. I guess you just have to, you get your rhythm and time, right? As you're working on things, it's like you progress, and certain little things become easier than others. Um, I mean, I've been doing this for like ever, so some things are easier. I wonder if I tried metal clips, if that would work. I think you try whatever, you need to feel confident in your tying off. If it's hard for you to get around in that little space, then blue tape, don't
Yeah.
go using packaging tape, because that will not be okay. So use some blue tape.
Yeah.
So I thought I heard you say something he said. Oh, he's my spirit animal. He's just sitting on my right here. He lays on my shoulder right here, my little spirit animal. Lord help us when we all get together. I'm confused. What loom do we need to do the silver silk on? Facebook user, I don't know who you are.
That's Christy.
Oh,
Christy Lemons.
oh, hey, Christy, because all I see is Facebook. Right now, the fiber loom is, it wasn't intentional. It just happened, and the fiber loom has the bigger teeth, and that's what I did that project on. So yeah, you'll love the fiber loom. We've been beading on it. We've been using fiber on it, and it absolutely loves the silver silk for sure. Yeah. Yeah, because I haven't even tried it on the large goddess. The large goddess teeth well, next month we're going to be playing with the large goddess. So
I can't wait. I'm excited.
yeah. Can we share? What does that mean?
Oh, so Joan said Neela could sit on her shoulder anytime, and Colleen wants to know if they can share. And I'm here to tell you all that you're going to have to fight Jules for him first.
He is the man of the hour. I love him. He's a good guy. He is a good guy.
He is.
All right, guys. Well, as usual, we could talk for a lot of time. Pretty much about nothing, but it would be fun. So our plan today was that we were going to do the 2-hole beads to go back over that. As I mentioned, my 2-hole ring that I did with the kit is in photography. So I had to pull one from, gosh, I did this like forever ago. And now that I look at this one, I'm going to go back and do the picot stitch. I think that that picot stitch is just like really setting everything off, and it makes it, I'm losing my hair. Like the whole thing is going to the sideways here. Oh God, I'm a mess. Whatever. Yeah, just don't let that. Remember that one lady who made fun of my hair? You posted it.
Yes.
And she was not very nice.
She was not very nice. And I let her know.
It's my hair. I'll do with it as I please. Does the silky loom come with our it for the event, or do we buy it too? Oh, no. So the Silkies loom, hold on. So Nilay's kit for his event included the 4 projects that he is teaching in his anniversary event, right? So I saw a picture of that delicious box, and I guess all the accoutrements that are going to be in there. So his 4 projects. And then my class on December 18th will feature the Silkies kit, right? The little baby loom that says Silkies. And then I added as just an extra some yarn and some beads and a piece of wire. And that kit is available at jewelloom.com, and you purchase it from Jewel Loom. It goes to you, and then on December 18th. And that kit is $30 plus shipping and handling. So we just added this is the cord, that we added. And then I'm going to teach you how to weave. It's tight quarters. It's really fun. It's got a very boho kind of fun, funky. Sarah's doing some examples. Nilay did an example. I think he showed his example. It was quite awesome.
Yeah, I think he showed it last night, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I can't remember what he and I are texting back and forth and what's actually been seen in the public. So yeah. So you would buy your Silkies like embryo loom. What word is left? That was so bad. I'm sorry. At least I didn't say something else. But it's very tight. It's a necklace loom, Jules. Get it straight, woman. It's a necklace loom. Yeah. Now, if you're in another country and you want one of these, you just have to email me at jules@jewelloom.com with your address. And you know, some of these places, like Anita, you know this, the province, you know, you need to let me know. Cape, you know, like Cape, what is it? Cape May, Western, Eastern, something like, there's like all these choices. Give me everything. I also have to have your phone number, as they will not ship an international order without a phone number. So if you,
Really?
yeah. So if you
Wow.
want to, if you're from out of the country, out of the US, and you want a Silkies kit for the event, email me privately. What I do is I write up an invoice with everything that you've supplied through my Shopify store. And then if everything looks good for you, because you got to remember, shipping's going to be ugly. It's probably going to, you know, it's going to be more, obviously. Right. And Australia, same thing, honey. You just need to let me know that you're going to do that. Like, I've not added every country into my shop because, quite frankly, right now it's like a weird time, right? And so I would rather be in control of you saying, "Hey, Jules, here's what I would like to buy. Here's my address in the other country." I go in and manually type it in. I send you the invoice. You look it all over, and if it's good to go and you're cool with shipping and you understand that shipping is taking a long time right now to get to another country, then we're good. You
Yeah.
pay, all is well in the world, and we ship you whatever it is you bought. So yeah, just Jules@jewelloom.com. JEWELS @jewelloom.com.
So Karen had a question. If you signed up for the December event, you still need to buy the supplies for that event. Not necessarily. So Neely has the supplies are for the classes that he is teaching, and then there are other classes that are hosted by the one that Jules is doing. Isn't
Jill Weissman's in there too.
Yeah,
She's probably
Jill's
got a
doing
kit.
one. Yeah, and so the individual designers, because it was easier to sell from the individual than to try to work all that money out with Nile, you have to get those individual kits from the individual designer.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
the way that one's working. So yeah, you'll need to check with Jill and the other designers to find out what their kits are and where you can get them.
Right. Right. And I'm wondering if the question too was like, you get access to that workshop with me, but I wonder if the question is it mandatory that they have the kit? I mean, obviously,
I don't
you're
think
not
so.
going to make the kit if you don't have the kit.
Right, right. No, I think everybody still gets access.
Oh, okay, Nita. Yeah. Oh, did you freeze? No.
No, I was looking at, so I'm sorry. Just get
Can you
really still.
move when you do that? God, freaking me out. I'm never sharing a room with you. You're gonna be you're gonna like, I don't know. I'm gonna think you're
She's gonna be like,
dead.
Sarah, are you dead?
Are you dead? What the Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you guys have any, I mean, obviously, you know, it's Neely's event. And so, you know, always start there to make sure, because, you know, we think we know everything, but we don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you need to order the Silky Loom for the 2-year anniversary. It's optional whether you order my loom. But if you want to make the project and you want to be, you know, and you're in the workshop, so yeah. The $149 was to be in the event, and then you get those include his 4 projects.
Yeah, you get all of the stuff for all of the
Yeah.
classes that Neelay's teaching. So you're actually going to get a ton of silver silk.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, you're getting lots of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I seem to recall there was a second order for Neely's anniversary event, but I may be mixing it up.
I don't know about that. I don't
Well, if
know.
you let me give you a visual. Like, okay, if you have Neely's box, right? And it's got all of his projects that he's teaching in his event. And then he asked myself and Jill Wiseman, and I think there are two other people to teach. And we had the opportunity to put together a kit of the items that we would be teaching you. And so my thing that I did was I designed with Neely, using his logo, of course. I designed a little baby, a super baby mini loom necklace for the event. And my kit is sold separately. Jill Wiseman's kit is sold separately. And I feel like, is it the tool lady? Is it Paul? Who's that other? There's another person. But really, you should go back to Neely because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And then he's going to beat me with his silver silk and I won't be his baby mama.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I see. Now and there are two events going on at the same time. So these poor folks, that's how come there's probably a lot of confusion. So
Yeah.
DNP is 149, Silver Silk is 125.
Yeah. That's right.
I can't afford to buy more stuff, so I can use the mini moon I just got for the Silky project.
Mm.
You know what? You're going to be in there. I'm going to be teaching weaving.
You're going to learn something regardless. Yeah.
Obviously, this is not this, right? But if I'm hearing you correctly, this is what you just bought, and I can't see your name, so I don't know. So my focus in that is going to be to teach people warps and wefts and that very simple Ryan knot.
Yeah. You're going to
So
have a good time regardless. You're going to have a good time.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'll make sure you're fine. You're good. You're all good. Wubbers. I think it is Wubbers. I think Neely said you are the only one with a kit. Of course I am. Okay, so then that's good. It is cocktail hour. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's cocktail hour somewhere. All right, I think we're supposed to be doing something here. We are so
We
bad.
totally are supposed
But
to.
that's okay. There's so many questions, and this is what I love. We
Yep.
we just go with the flow. It is what it is, and not listen. If we were all together, it would probably be a very similar situation in that we would all be getting um, we would all be getting acquainted with each other.
Yep.
Okay, Facebook user, who are you? You said she needs some help. She needs some help with her beetle on jewel loom. So that would be mine. The blue one. The blue one. Okay, so the original one. We can definitely we will definitely visit. We need to visit the original jewel loom. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to Facebook user, can you just say what your name is? Do you see who that is, Sarah?
That's Catherine from Australia.
Oh, okay, Catherine. So, if you want to post in the group and tag me and tag Sarah and specifically put down what trouble you're having between the two of us and probably everyone else in this group, we will help you because
absolutely.
We totally want you to be successful and have fun and be able to use your jewel loom. Your blue one is what I'm thinking you're saying. So, okay, I'm enjoying the show. Who needs to make something? We should really talk about the date for our Zoom party.
Yes.
So we were thinking like a Friday night, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would be fun.
Okay. I'm going to schedule it then. Okay. So yeah, okay. I would like a course on the original loom. Okay. Okay. So it sounds like, and I'm feeling that, Jalinda. I hope I'm enunciating your name correctly. I've been feeling that. I've been feeling that the original jewel loom needs some love. So let me figure out November's game plan of how we're going to how we'll do the original jewel loom and the large weaving goddess, because I really want, I have something exciting about that happening. So we'll do that. Okay. I would like, yes. And I am here to do that for you. Okay. Awesome sauce. Going down to my table.
Going down to the table? I think I
Going
will
down.
too. Awesome.
Okay.
Let's do this.
My voice needs a break.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. You're going to have to tell me. I don't know. Oh, here, I can peek under. Is that still too far away?
No, you're good. Come to.
Except for my snot rag is in there. That's gross.
Go to the left.
Like that?
Yeah. Perfect.
I know. We had really bad winds, so I'm super snotty. Which you all did not need to know that, but. Okay, so I already warped my mini moon goddess. And as we talked about earlier, if you wrap it around a couple of times, it helps to get that knot secure. I also do my knot. I do a little, what I call an air loop. You know, like I'll wrap it twice and then I put it onto the tooth. So it sounds like that's going to be a good follow-up Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing my needle and thread underneath the warps. And for the 2 holes, you want to skip 2 grooves. So 1, 2. What's wrong?
Colleen says snots and dog farts sounds like a wild night.
Yeah, that's my life now, people. That's my life.
Oh,
Snots,
man, that was funny.
dog farts. Oh my God.
Goodness.
And chicken tenders.
Oh God, that's funny.
So funny. Okay, so I've got my first row on. It's a little tight in there right now. What is going on? I can't get my fat little finger in there. Okay, this is so funny. There we go. That first row is always like Fumbleina. Oh, I got a bad bead. So when this happens, you just need to string it off. What color are you using today?
So I've got this pretty like seafoam kind of green, and then I just undid that. I've got it's sort of purple, but it's see-through. I don't really know what you call it, but I think it looks pretty. I don't know where it came from or what it's called, but
well,
it looks good.
It's like an art gallery, this group. You know, I was just scrolling trying to find us, and it looked like I was in an art gallery. So there are just so many pretty things, especially when everybody starts to color in there. Oh my gosh, this first row is being such a pain. There we go. See, it even happens to me, folks. So, okay. So we got to squeeze this one in a little tighter because, okay, there we go. Perfect. Then I'm going to go through that bottom row. Oh my God, I can't even see today. Wiggle, wiggle. Make sure it's in both of the holes. Pull that out. And then I'm going to go back through. Yeah.
Just jumping ahead just a little for just a quick question about the picot. Did you use a size 11 seed bead for your picot, or did you use something else?
I used 2 11-0s and 1 8-0. So the 180 is what sticks up in the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
And that could certainly turn into a tiny little 2 millimeter bicone, or, you know, you could have fun with it, make it even nicer. Now I'm doing, I think my ring size was 2.75, and I want to make sure that it's centered. So I think I have to go up a little. So awesome. Come back under. I just love this. This design is just so gorgeous. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, I really like the square beads.
Yeah, the
they're
two-hole
just
beads are
so
so
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they go from chatty catties to complete silence.
Yep, because now they're watching.
Now they're trying not to stab themselves with their needle.
Catherine says, can you bring your camera closer to your work a little bit?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Hold on. Can I bring my face closer? I can't see anything. What is, hold on. I'm going to have to bring this in a little bit more too, because I can't see.
And Vicky says, do you go through the top hole twice to secure it?
You could, like when we do the seed beads. Is that what she's kind of referring to?
Yeah, I think just the reinforcing at both ends.
Yeah. Let me
And
see.
if I'm not answering that right, Vicky, ask again. I'm sorry. I think that's what you mean, but I'm not sure.
Okay, how's that? Taking a minute here to get. Yeah, that came down a lot more close, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a little. Let me see. I'm just letting it catch up because there's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah. And let's see. Vicky said, I had a hard time with the first row. Could you repeat it a little closer?
Yeah.
Oh. I can pretend. I'll show it to you if you want me to show it to you, Vicky.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get the lighting over this side.
Okay, Vicky, I'm going to restring my needle and I'm going to pretend, I'm going to come down just a little bit. Okay, so I stopped here because I was working earlier. So I'm wanted to be ahead of the game instead of behind today. But I'm going to start, I'm going to pretend like I'm starting a first row right here. Okay, so I'm going to thread on 2 beads and we'll just pretend like I'm just getting started right here. Okay, so you would do this the exact same way. So what you want to do is you want to take your needle, and since you've got the 2 hole beads, just thread on one and then thread on the other. And you're only threading on, obviously, you can only go through one of those 2 hole sections at a time. Okay, so you've got your 2 beads on here. And then you want to take your needle and your beads underneath the warps. And you want to pop those 2 beads into the spaces where they fit, right? Then you want to take your needle and you want to go back through that hole. Don't go down to the second hole yet. Stay with that top hole. Just treat the holes on the 2 hole beads as if they were singular beads, right? So go back through that top hole. That's the one where we started. Okay. And then come out and pull. And then now, instead of adding another bead, we're going to treat the bottom hole like it is a bead. So you can see how they're kind of down here underneath. We're going to take our needle and go through that bottom hole while they're down underneath, and then pop it up into place, pull, and then you just go back through. So each bead, you're going to do 2 passes. I lost my thread off of my needle, but you're going to treat the 2 holes like individual beads. So you'll go through the top hole, across, and then back, and then you'll come down and do the bottom and across and back. Then you pick up another bead. But don't come across and then jump down to the bottom. You want to make sure that you make 2 passes in the top and then 2 passes on the bottom, if that makes sense.
Okay, that looks closer. That's really pretty. And make sure that needle is going over the warps, just like we do when we have a single bead.
Exactly. I forgot to mention that part. Yeah, for sure.
Let me bring this up to the camera and see. Those really match the goddess. Cool. Whoops.
It's so pretty.
Trying to.
Yes, Vicky says I was having the thread over the beads on the second hole. The over and under is very important. Yeah, it is. It is super important. You got to make that thread sandwich.
I always look at it like clothespins, right? Like if you think about how you're putting up. Well, that's pretty old school, but if you do air dry your clothes out on the
People still do
line.
that.
Yeah, my grandma did that. They didn't really, I think they had a washer, but she air dried everything. And I would totally do that because I hate the dryer. I don't like the smell it makes.
It's so humid here in the South. It takes forever for your clothes to dry when you hang them outside.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so I just picked up 3 and I'm going through the top hole, making sure that the needle is on top of the warp. You could see it gliding through all the way out, and then help to guide that and make sure you're giving it a nice little tug, and then push the tiles, the little square beads down so their bottoms are all underneath the warps. And then it's hard to see here. And then the needle is going through the bottom hole. And I always do like a little wiggle wiggle to make sure I have my needle through all 3 holes. I'm going to see if I can't bring this up. So that, and I'm going to tilt it as soon as I get my vision back on my laptop. So hold on. Okay, there we go through, because it looks like there's a delay. So going through that bottom row, that bottom hole, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so trying to see what the best angle is here.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. See if I turn it this way. If I could only work upside down. quite a delay.
Is that the dog snoring?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Oh my God, you can hear him snoring.
What
Aww,
a
poor
cutie. That's so
Posita.
sweet.
I feel so bad. He's so, see, okay, there we go. Oh, do I need to come maybe this way? There we go. I know he's so funny when he snores. Oh, Brando. Jeez.
So Anita said approximately how many beads make the ring with the square beads? So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah.
So 22 will make
Yeah.
if you're doing a row of, if you're doing 2, Jules is doing 3, I only did 2. So about 22 for an almost 3-inch ring. So it doesn't really take a lot. The square beads, it takes way less than the round beads.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's at least 50 square beads in the kit. So I don't know if you could see this better now. I'm trying to like show you how the needle and the thread are underneath the warps in that bottom hole. So hopefully that helped. Yeah, and I just realized I did 3. I was supposed to only do 2. That's what we get for being chatties. But that's okay. It'll just be, bigger. And then it depends too on how big your finger is. Remember, you have to measure your finger with the sewing tape. So, like, if I'm doing a ring for this finger, I can see that it needs to be 2.75 inches long. Okay. So if I put that down here, I've got to keep beading until just about the end of the moon, the last moon. So yeah. Are you gonna do your picot stitch?
I am, but I'm waiting on you because I want to watch you do it first.
Oh gosh. Well, okay. Shoot. This is gonna take too long, I think. You know what then? I'll tell you what I'll do. Why don't I do mine off the ring or or can I do it this way? You know what? Let's just for giggles. It doesn't have to be a full ring.
Right. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to come back out. And Sarah and I were talking about the picot stitch last night. And, there are times when you want a picot stitch, and then there are times when the picot is an afterthought. So, like, for instance, this ring I made like quite a while ago. I, of course, now that Beadalon has blue wildfire, I would have done it in blue. And it's in black, which is not a deal breaker. But I was thinking I would add a picot stitch to this ring as an afterthought, which I can do even though it's off of the loom. I would just do it by hand. So, yeah. Okay, cool. That is a very, very long delay.
It is, and it seems like the longer we go, the longer the delay gets.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Facebook, you're killing me. Okay, so I'm out right now on the very last bead and the very last hole. So I'm looking at the moon goddess, and my thread and everything are to the left-hand side of the moon goddess.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick up an 11-0, and I'm going to pick up another 11-0 because the 2-hole beads are wider.
Oh,
Then I'm going
okay.
Yeah, then I'm going to pick up an 8-0. And then I'm going to pick up 2 more 11-ohs. And I'm going to let those drop. Then I'm going to take my needle and thread, and I'm going to go through the beads in that top hole right there. So let me put these down. Okay.
So you're going into the next
I'm going
hole.
Into the next hole.
So are we going over the warps?
Yeah, you're over the warps. Going back through. And then when I pull that, there's my first little picot.
So cute.
Now, what you and I were talking about last night was, should we do both sides at a time? And I'm going to do it for giggles. So I'm going to do this little guy. Okay, so I'm going to do the picot for this bead now.
Right.
So I'm going to pick up 2 more 11-ohs, 1 8-oh, and 2 more 11-ohs. And I'm going to let those fall. Okay. Then I'm going to come back down. Whoopsie. Going through the bead over the holes. Now here's where I got to be really careful not to go back through that first picot.
Right.
Yeah. Then I'm going to pull tight. Perfect. Beautiful. I got a picot and a picot.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I got to do is, again, I got to be careful. I got to go back through the top hole on, but I don't want to accidentally get into one of the 11-ohs. So you see what I just did there? I'll leave my needle right there for a sec. And let me bring it up closer. So I was out here. I grabbed all my beads. I went through the top, grabbed more beads, went through the bottom, and now I'm going back through the top. See, this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird. Now I remember why.
Yeah, because you've got to cross over.
I got to cross over. Yep. Boogers.
So, but if you cross over, okay, so go through and then you'll start the next. So what you're going to do is alternate, right? So we go across and we come out over here on the inside, do this one, and then do the out one. So it's going to be alternating the picot sides as you go.
Well, if I want them to be consistent, then yeah, I still got to go up one more. Right? So I'm coming over here now and I'm starting where I was.
I'm confused. That part confused me a little bit.
Well, had I stayed over here, I would have been making a picot on top of a picot because it would be coming out of this hole and back into this hole. So it'd be really tight. It's not okay, let me do what I think I'm doing.
Okay. You do what you think you're doing. And
I think honestly, I don't think it's a deal breaker.
No, I think really and truly there's a lot of different ways you can achieve this.
I 1000% agree with you. I don't think that there's a picot, deal breaker. So there's my second one, right? And now I'm going to add the next one. So there's that one. So, and I got 1 and 2. So I have a picot on each bead.
Right.
And I'm going to come back through very carefully. Again, I don't want to snag those little 11-ohs or get my wildfire tangled up into the picot. So I really got to take my time to guide it. And then I'm going to go back through and I'm going to make the next one.
Let's see.
This is keeping them uniformed.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, and Vicky said that's a lot of passes through the beads, and it is. That's why we don't reinforce the entire ring going
Until we
back
do
through it.
this.
Yeah,
If you're going to do the picos.
right, right.
Yeah. This would be a really pretty bracelet. Oh, whoops, I almost, oopsie. Yeah.
Anita says you use a lot more thread by doing both sides together. I think so too.
Yeah. Yes. I have done it. I've done it this way. I've done it one side. I've done it when it's already off the loom. I think the picot stitch it's an embellishment, right? And you can add it at whatever point you feel most comfortable doing that. You might be using extra thread, but remember, you're also securing the piece a little bit more because we'd still be securing the whole body of the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
So Catherine says, I'm left-handed. Would I have to thread mine the opposite way to yours? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
And really, you can do this starting either direction. I've seen people do it either way.
Yes.
Starting on the right, starting on the left. It's really whatever's kind of comfortable for you. I always thought when I very first started that it felt weird to work left to right, but I've gotten so used to it that I find myself doing it in other things. But at first it was kind of weird.
Yeah. And a lot of people thought I was left-handed because of the way I do teach it.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Oh, this is just super cute.
I do think I'm going to run out of thread though. I think I will have to tie on.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't have enough.
Okay.
But lesson learned, if you're going to do both at the same time, then you definitely
might want to have a little more thread.
Mm-hmm.
Or plan it out to where you run out of thread and then you start anew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, it's so cute though, that little ruffle
it's so
on the
cute.
edge.
It's super stinking cute. And I do like that it's, nice and uniformed and okay, so I want to go through this top one. So when I finished, if I was going to sew my ring together, this would be perfect because I need the needle and thread on the the outside here on the very last bead. So that would have worked out perfect. So super cute. What am I going to do? What is this little piece going to be? It's so dainty and sweet. Maybe I should just finish I was going to say I could slide it down, but I don't know if I can. Nah, I'll just leave it. Oh, it has some flexibility though. Cool. I love it. Man, my screen is way behind. There we go. Okay, I was going to lift it up. Oh, yours looks really pretty. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that color combination, I wasn't sure about it at first, but I think it's cute.
I'm waiting for the lighting to catch up so I could see how this is actually looking. I wonder if this is making it too hot. I really cannot believe how the delay is. Now it's kind of blurry. Hopefully you can see that.
Yeah, looks
Oh,
good.
there you go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Oh, it would be a super cute little pendant, wouldn't it? What I might do is just sew the two ends together. You know, there has to be. Hold that thought. I think I can slide my piece down. I can. Cool. So it's actually not that. Yep. So you know what I'm going to do? I don't know. Can I do this? Can I work backwards? Let me turn it around. There we go. Let me see for giggles if I can't get a couple more rows on. When is the North Pole event? What is that date?
Let me look real quick. I believe it is December 3rd,
Oh, okay.
but I want to be sure. So let me double check.
I'm going to get really risky here, and I'm going to try to do the picot while I'm also doing the 2-hole bead.
Oh, you're getting fancy now.
I'm getting like, I just upped my game.
Okay, let's see here.
Whoops.
Well, I can't seem to find the schedule. Let's see.
Okay, gotta make sure I don't get that in the way. Get out of there. Oh, yep, it worked. So, however, but now I gotta secure this guy.
Okay, so our class with the jewel loom is December 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay. Let me write that down. 12/3 at
Right.
5 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. And that's the jewel loom.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop on mine because I actually need to take mine completely apart so that I can do the step out photos and instructions for you guys. And I'm going to use these exact beads. So I'm not going to keep going. I was actually going to tie on because I was running out of thread. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to. I'll finish the entire thing for you guys for the instructions. So you guys will have that to go and look back at.
Nice.
But it's going to be cute when it's done.
Nice. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this together. And instead of a ring, I'm going to do a little roll. And then I can add it to like a piece of sari ribbon or something. I'll show you when it's done. You know what I mean?
Pretty. Yeah.
So 1,
I
2,
love
3,
that.
4, 5. Yeah. And I've got an uneven amount. So I think that'll form nicely. So I'll end up sewing these two ends together and it's going to be a tube.
That's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll just
like
do
a beaded bead.
Like a beaded bead. Exactly. I'm going to let the camera catch up and then I'll come back up to the screen. Oh my gosh, the delay.
I know. Gosh, it is quite a delay, isn't it? It really seems like it just gets longer and longer.
Yeah, it'll catch up. Vicky, that is a very, 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 very good tip and a very good reminder. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna. Hi, Chihuahua. Let me try to get this. I like to have my Acrod mount in 20 different it's like a robot, this thing. Does anybody else have an Acron mount? It's pretty cool.
No, I'd like to have one though.
It's it's pretty cool stuff. Oh, now I look like a little kid. I just literally fell into my chair. Oh wow, yeah.
On there.
That is so pretty.
So
yeah, let me bring mine up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sew, like we just said, into a little bead.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Into a little beaded bead. Could you do the seed beads at the same time as the Tila's, or would that be? Well, I think that's what I just did. Yeah, I think the Pico stitch is you can achieve it at any point. It just is so flexible. I gotta sit on my big girl pillow. I'm like way too low. You also need to be sure, Vicki, that is it's so important, because that's the worst thing that happens when you don't pull quite enough, and then there's that dang little loop on the side of your warp, and you're just like, ugh.
Yep.
It's so hard to go back and clean it up. I mean, I've been successful, and then I've just not, so I always do try
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, that you try to pull just enough. So okay, so what's happening on Friday? Follow up Friday we got a couple notes about like what people needed, some better, like tying off both starting and ending,
right?
Their tie offs, and then maybe just another little Pico demo, kind of maybe go over that. And then are you doing a call to action Friday or Saturday?
That I was gonna ask, because we had talked about it, but I can't remember what we decided. I can't remember if we decided we were gonna do it on Friday or if we needed to wait and give the extra day.
Yeah, I would say let's stay to the last day of the month. That way it gets programmed into everybody's head. So the last day of the month, which is Saturday, you'll do a call to action. No matter whether you posted your ring already or not, you've got to repost it under Sarah's post.
Yes.
Because that's the only way your name gets collected, and then you get a chance for the giveaway that I put together for you.
Yeah. It keeps me from having to go through all the posts and making sure that I get everybody, and I don't want to leave anybody out. So just make sure it's under that post.
Okay. Steph says, okay, first Steph says, what size beads do you use for the Pico? I was using 2 11-0s and 1 8-0, but you could switch that up.
Yeah.
It's always an odd number of beads. So it's 2 of one, 1 of the other. So like if you were going to use 2 11-0s and maybe like a 2 or 3 millimeter bicone or something like that, but it's always odd. And then Steph says closing the gap on the seams would be helpful again. So that must mean when you take the ring off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. We didn't do so good without you on that one.
Oh. Well, remember, all those videos are saved, so yeah, they're in media, huh?
I think we proved though that with sewing up the end, it is very much like the Pico. There are definitely more than one way to do it and secure the ring. So yeah, but it was by accident. Okay. We didn't mean to.
No, I think that's awesome. I think the ultimate goal, having been taught by Aline Jackson, the inventor of tacky glue, having spent so much time with her with the Society of Craft Designers, which was a huge group within the industry, because back then there was a tremendous amount of editorial. So as a person who created, you had a bazillion opportunities to submit to magazines. I mean, it was so much bigger. So you really had to create a piece that looked finished.
Yeah.
And my thing is, as long as you get there and your piece looks finished and professional, if you're selling, if you're submitting, and even for yourself, right? But if the way I show you, you get to that in a different way, Sarah shows you, it's all good. Like,
Yeah.
it's all good. It's just, you know, I was always, Aline just always, she always tried to emphasize that, you know, the back of your project should look as good as the front.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we would get people submitting things. So if you don't remember, you know, Aline had the big books of crafts and they had the Creative Living magazine. So there
Right.
were opportunities for designers who may not have been on the TV show to submit their ideas. And so we would get a plethora of things. And she was a real stickler about, you know, it may look good here, but its bottom better be good too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Closing the gap, closing the gap. I didn't hear the part about turning the ring inside out. So my ugly side is on the outside. I don't, maybe you misunderstood what I was saying. My ugly side. Oh, like when you were tucking its little tush.
Yeah.
Can't you go back in and still tuck it? Take your needle and see if you can't put those little pieces of thread back into the inside. But I don't know what you mean about, you know, like you flipping it inside out like a pillowcase. I mean, that's not possible. I don't think it is. Is that what you meant, Vicki?
I don't I don't think I think what she means is what you were talking about
Oh, okay.
tucking those in there because you can't, you're right, you can't turn it wrong side out,
Yeah.
particularly if you've got
Yeah.
if you have the loops and the fringe and stuff on it, you can't flip it
Yeah.
the other direction.
Yeah. And see, this is, if you go back and you remember, like, see how this ring right here is kind of spreading apart a little bit in that little area right there. So it's probably after I made this one where, remember in one of the first videos we did, we went up and then over and stitched it. What's that terminology called? Like we crisscrossed
Yeah. It's
to
like
to
what
keep
do you call that?
everybody
It's like zipping up, sort of like
like
zipping up.
like
Yeah.
zigzagging. Yeah. So from like here to here to here to firm it all up. So I'm not sure. I think we got everything. You also need to be sure. Yeah. And okay, so we're gonna Sarah will see you on Friday. I think I'm on the ground, so I may peek in. And Saturday we're gonna do the call. Sarah will do the call to action for all the rings.
Yes.
Then and then what else? And then on next month. So I think next month's gonna be busy again.
I like it that way.
I do too. So I think that I'm going to look at what day we can visit the jewel loom because I feel like the jewel loom, especially since you're going to be teaching it in December, I feel like
Yeah.
it would be a good idea if we did do some work with the jewel loom, the original blue jewel loom, the mama. So we're going to bring the mama to the table. We're going to and I think we're going to do that next week because what I want to show you, I don't know if it's gonna be here next week. So the first week in November, we'll focus on the jewel loom, and I'll come up with all the events and words.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And somebody said hello and hi. How long do we have to post the ring on Saturday? I don't know what you mean. How long do we have? Oh, well, it'll be a running thread, Jalinda. And so Sarah's going to say, hey guys, it's time. Post your finished ring, and it goes all day on the 31st.
Yep.
So she'll go back and collect all those names.
Yep.
So you have
Yeah. So you've got all day.
Yeah. On Saturday. Yeah. You're welcome. Anita, and anybody from another country that's looking to purchase, just email me email me your address and everything, what you want, and then I'll type it up into the shop and send you the quote. That'll probably just be the easiest way to do that. I think that's it.
I think so. I think so. We did a lot. I know we did a lot of talking, but we did get a lot done. We actually did focus on several different things. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I love easing into it. You know, some people are like, I get started right away. It's like, you get started right away. I gotta catch up with my people. I always miss everybody by the time we get to this point, and like I truly miss everybody. I can't wait to be in the same room someday.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like we're good. I don't see anything. Yep. You can keep posting, scrolling. People will watch this later. They'll have questions. I'm going to finish my project and I'll post it.
Yep. And I'm going to get some instructions ready for you guys. They will be ready as soon as we can get them to you.
Yay. Okay, honey. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Guys. Bye, guys.
Whoops.